Have you ever thought that being lazy could actually help you live longer, feel healthier, and even stay happier after 60? What if I told you that sometimes slowing down, doing less, or even saying no can add years to your life? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But stay with me, because in this story, we're going to explore 5 areas where a little bit of laziness is not only allowed, it's the secret weapon for better aging. And here's the fun part. If you agree with area number 3 when we get there, type the number 3 in the comments. Or if another one speaks to you more, write that number instead. You'll be surprised how many people feel the same way. Meet the characters, Margaret and David. Margaret is 68 years old. She has always been a hard worker, always pushing herself, never slowing down. She used to believe that rest is for the weak. But lately, she's been noticing her body isn't keeping up with her spirit. She gets tired more easily, her knees ache, and she struggles to sleep at night. David, her neighbor, is 71. People used to joke that David was lazy because he took things slowly, paced himself, and never overcommitted. Yet now, in his 70s, he still enjoys long walks, cooks light meals, and laughs often with his grandchildren. He seems to have found a balance that Margaret envies. So what's David's secret? It turns out his so-called laziness is actually wisdom. He has learned to be strategic about when to slow down. Let's uncover the 5 areas where a little bit of laziness after 60 can actually make life better. Area number 1. Being lazy about stress. Margaret has always been the type to worry. She carries the stress of her children, her bills, and even small neighborhood problems. That constant stress shows up as headaches, high blood pressure, and restless sleep. David takes a lazier approach to stress. When problems come, he asks himself, is this really worth my energy? If the answer is no, he lets it go. He spends more time in his garden, takes deep breaths, and practices gratitude. Research shows that chronic stress accelerates aging, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of heart disease. On the other hand, learning to relax through meditation, prayer, or simply sitting quietly protects your brain and heart. The tip is practice lazy stress management. Don't try to fix everything at once. Let go of what doesn't truly matter. Write down your worries, then cross out the ones you can't control. Focus only on what you can. If you think this is the kind of laziness you need more of, type number 1 in the comments. Area number 2. Being lazy about over-exercising. Margaret once joined a high-intensity aerobics class because she thought more exercise must be better. But instead of feeling stronger, she injured her knee and spent weeks recovering. David, on the other hand, takes daily walks, does light stretching, and lifts small weights a couple of times a week. He doesn't push his body to exhaustion. Instead, he chooses gentle movements that build strength and keep his joints flexible. Studies show that after 60, the key to longevity isn't extreme workouts. It's consistency with light to moderate exercise. Walking, yoga, swimming, or even dancing in the living room can be more beneficial than heavy gym routines. The tip is be lazy about extreme exercise, but disciplined about daily movement. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes a day of light activity. Listen to your body and rest when needed. If this one speaks to you, write number 2 in the comments. Area number 3, being lazy about overworking and overcommitting. Margaret has a hard time saying no. She feels obligated to join every committee, attend every event, and help everyone around her. She often ends up exhausted, with little time left for herself. David is different. He politely declines when he knows he's reached his limit. He chooses just a few activities that bring him joy and energy, like playing chess at the community center or volunteering once a week. Research confirms that overcommitment drains mental health, increases stress, and reduces the quality of relationships. Seniors who simplify their schedules and focus on meaningful activities report higher levels of happiness and lower risks of depression. The tip? Practice lazy scheduling. Say yes only to what truly matters. Leave room in your calendar for rest, hobbies, and unexpected joy. If you agree this is the most important, type number 3 in the comments. Area number 4. Being lazy in the kitchen in a smart way. Margaret sometimes spends hours cooking complicated meals, but by the time she eats, she's too tired to enjoy them. Other days, she grabs processed food because she doesn't feel like cooking at all. David has mastered the art of lazy, healthy cooking. He keeps meals simple: grilled fish with vegetables, omelets with spinach, oatmeal with berries. He cooks once and eats twice, saving leftovers for the next day. He chooses whole foods that require minimal preparation. Science shows that nutrition is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. Seniors who eat more fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats have lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. But that doesn't mean meals need to be complicated. The tip? Be lazy with cooking, but intentional with ingredients. Stock your kitchen with easy, healthy staples. Prepare double portions and enjoy leftovers. Choose meals that are simple but nourishing. If this sounds like something you want to try, write number 4 in the comments. Area number 5. Being lazy about holding grudges. Here's the most powerful area of all. Margaret still carries resentment from the past. Old arguments with her siblings, disappointments in her career, regrets about things she didn't do, these weigh heavily on her heart. David, however, lets things go. He forgives quickly, not because the other person always deserves it, but because he values his peace more than his anger. He says, "Why carry a heavy load if you can set it down?" Science backs this up. Studies show that forgiveness reduces blood pressure, lowers stress hormones, and improves mental health. People who let go of grudges live longer and report more satisfaction in their relationships. The tip? Be lazy about holding on to anger. Write a letter you never send, talk to a trusted friend, or simply decide that the past no longer has power over your present. Forgiveness isn't about others, it's a gift to yourself. If you agree this is the area that matters most, type number 5 in the comments. Why laziness can be wisdom. At first, calling these habits lazy might sound strange, but in truth, they're not about giving up. They're about choosing wisely. By conserving energy for what really matters, seniors can live longer, healthier, and happier lives. The truth is, after 60, life doesn't need to be about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it better. Stress less, move gently, commit wisely, eat simply, and let go of grudges. That's not weakness, it's strength. The transformation. Margaret eventually learned from David. She began practicing deep breathing instead of worrying. She replaced her intense workouts with gentle walks. She cut back on activities that drained her energy, and she forgave old wounds. Within months, her health improved. Her blood pressure dropped, she slept better, and she smiled more often. She realized that sometimes the smartest way to age well is not by pushing harder, but by embracing a little bit of healthy laziness. Practical checklist for healthy laziness after 60. Here's a simple list you can follow. 1. Be lazy about stress. Don't try to fix everything. 2. Be lazy about extreme exercise. Focus on light daily movement. 3. Be lazy about overcommitting. Say yes only to what matters. 4. Be lazy in the kitchen. Keep meals simple but healthy. 5. Be lazy about grudges. Let them go for your own peace. Put this list somewhere you'll see it often. Each point is a reminder that slowing down can actually move you forward. Call to action. Now it's your turn. Which of these 5 areas speaks to you the most? Is it number 1, letting go of stress? Number 3, avoiding overcommitment? Or number 5, releasing grudges? Pick your number and write it in the comments. If number 3 is your favorite, type 3. If number 5 is your biggest challenge, type 5. Sharing your number will help others realize they're not alone on this journey. And if you want more simple, research-based tips for healthy aging, longevity, and vibrant living after 60, subscribe and join us. Because the secret to aging well isn't doing everything, it's knowing when to do less.